Good day, guys. Bing here. Today let's let's have a look at this image. There's no questions or requests. I think it's probably for this part. Okay, so these are structure elements. I'm not very familiar with, but we can have a try. So let's create a project. And okay, so if we need to model something like this one, so how can we model this most efficiently? I think we can. One of the option is we can use a structure beam. Okay, so if you go to structure beam, if I just draw one of the beam, go to 3D view. So this is one of the so UB, so beam, and it's basically a. So if you, for example, if you go here, edit family, so this is structure beam family. So basically a like line-based family. So let's have a look. Floor plan. This is floor plan. If I go to elevation, okay, so that's elevation back. You're trying to find the dimensions here. So dimensions in left. So the height, all the thickness. Yeah. Okay. The length. So basically all the dimensions we need for a parametric structure of family. Okay, so first option, so we can directly for a structure member. I'm not sure if you maybe you can find a family that already you can adjust the what do we call this? I'm not sure about the terminology, but yeah, change the profile, at both ends. So, but for us, we can adjust this one. So if you look at this, so this is a floor plan. So you can see this. I guess this is the left. Okay, so this is the left. This is the right. So what we can do is we can add another reference plan. So reference plan RP reference plan. And add another one, so then we can just add a dimension, so and then we can just create a parameter. So this is the parameter which we can use to control. So for example, you can set where you want to change the profile. So create a parameter. I'll call this I'll just call it X. Okay, so X, and type okay, and then okay, so that's it. And then if you look at this one, so this is it's a sweep. Okay, so if you select this geometry, so let's go to 3D view. So this is a sweep. So when we use sweep, there should be usually there will be a profile. So if let's just edit sweep, so you can see this is a profile, and it should be here under the list, drop-down list of the profile. And also depending on the detail level, so there are two different ones. So one is median, and then one fine. So median is more like straight lines, and then if it's a fine, the other one is actually it's under fine. So let me just finish this one. So you can see there are two. So one is using the median one. So it's if you go to a graphic visibility graphic override. So and you can see it only show in on the median detail level. And the other one. So if I tab select, so this is fine. So if you go here, so this is usually how we set the family. So it will show different detail level on the different detail setting. So let's just. I'm going to just adjust the one under the median detail level. So what we can do is we can, instead of use one sweep, we can break it into three parts. So the middle part will still be a sweep, and we can use we can create a different one. So for different profile, we can use swept blend. So, but before that, we can create. So if you go to your project browser in this family, so you can find those profile file under here. So family profiles. So you can see there are 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll just have a look. I'll double click on this one. So this is the profile. So you can see there are some size settings. So I'm going to right click on this to create a different one. So I'll just duplicate. I'll just call it median 2. That's fine. And we don't need to change the size here because we can do it in the project. So once we load this family into a project, so now we have 2, right? Okay, so let's go to a floor plan because we need to pick these reference plans. So first, let's select this this sweep. So make sure make sure it's the one with median. So you can see median, yeah, that's the one. So let's edit sweep, click on this, edit sketch path, select this path. You can see these 2 lock. Just unlock it so we can drag this back onto this reference plan, and then we can't lock it just straight away, so that's fine. We're gonna use align and pick this reference plan and pick this and lock. Okay, let's do the same. Select this one, unlock, drag. So this time I'll press my shift so it will keep on this direction. So shift to here. So this time, so you can see we can directly lock it. Okay, so now this is it. So this is the middle part. So finish this sweep. So let's have a look in 3D view. So now we have this. Okay, so this the middle part. And also the next one is we need to create this part and this part. So let's create. I'll go to floor plan again. So what we need to do is create a swept blend. So swept blend. So I'm going to use a sketch path, and I'll just draw a path from between this reference plan and this reference plan. So let's zoom in. So from here to here. Okay, so now straight away, so we can lock this. So let's 1, 2, 3. That should be all good. Escape. Now we need to set the profile. So let's finish this path, and then we can set the profile. So not sure which one's which. So let's just try. So actually you can see if you see the blue color. So this is blue, this is red. Blue means this is active side, profile. So actually I'm still not sure which one's which, but let's do this. So this, because this side will be the same as the middle part, which is this. So which means this needs to be median 2. Okay, so click on this, select profile 2. So now you can see the blue become on this side, and then pick this one. Okay, so let's finish this one. Let's go to 3D view and have a look. So now we can see, actually let's just try to hide this one. So one way of doing this, I think we can use HH. Yep. So or you can just use this one. So preview visibility on. If you turn on this preview visibility, so it will only show the median detail level element. So which means we will Revit will hide the fine detail element, the other one. Okay, so this is it. And then what we need to do is let's see if we can join them. Yeah, great. And let's try and see if we can adjust the size. Okay, so let's go edit type. Okay, I don't think we can do it here. Let's have a look in here, because we need to sort of okay, so we haven't linked any of this. So if I click on this profile, so you can see all these are set to link to the profile in this family, but we need to first we need to work out which one's which. I'm not quite sure about all these means, but we can just have a look. Okay, so web thickness, TW web thickness, TF flange thickness. Okay, yeah, and what's the height? Okay, so the height is the one we want to change, right? So this is the height. We need to change the height here. So it's the D. Let's just have a look at what's BF width. Okay, so now let's go to this one. Double click. So let's BF change it to width. Width, good. TW, what's TW? Sorry, I can't remember which ones. I think TF is the thickness, right? And D is the height, but we don't want this height to be the height. We want to create a new one. So let's call it height 2. Okay. And type, I think the type should be type. Yep. And okay. I'll just go back to check what the other one is. TF. That's a flange thickness. Web thickness. Okay. So great. Go back here. This is web thickness. Okay, all good. So click OK. So now we can go to family types. So here we can find the height 2. So if I change this one to 200, for example, apply. Now the issue we have here is we want this one to be, still at this point. So we need to add, which means we need to add another parameter to control this one. So for for a blended sweep. Oh, sorry, no. For a swept blend, we have this option of vertical profile offset to control the setting of this one. And also just make sure which ones, should be this one. So you can see median 2, so this one. So we need to adjust this vertical profile offset. Okay, so let's create a profile. So what do we call this? Offset, maybe. Or maybe just call it profile offset. Okay. And this offset need to be half of the difference. So this height minus this divided by 2. Okay, so let's go to family types. X, not X, sorry. X is this one. Profile offset equals bracket height minus height 2 bracket divided by 2. So this should make this flat. So now you can see it's flat, right? And also let's try. So if I change X to 350, for example, it will change. Not sure about that one, but yeah, looks like 3. Yeah, it works here. Okay, so great. So now let's go to floor plan. So we can just actually, I'm going to try and see if it works or not. So usually if we mirror, okay, so we'll go here, right? So looks great, but it might not constrain properly. So what we need to do is just go edit this again, and then let's go to floor plan because we need to align the path onto the reference plane. Okay, so you can use AL and lock. AL and lock. Okay, so I think all good. Finish. Let's go to 3D view and adjust the X again. Let's try 400. Great. Okay, so I think this is it. So let's maybe change the height to 50. Okay, great. It works. And also, I think okay, so these vertical, let me think. This can be a little bit tricky because we can maybe just extrusion. Let's go to maybe I would. So for example, we can just create one from this point and then create, yeah, I think we can just do some like a reference line, because this one needs to follow this reference plan bit, and with an angle, right? So what you can do is you can create a reference line, pick a plan. Maybe let's go to floor plan, so we can pick the center plan. So just create a reference line, and we need to set work plan. Where's set work plan? So we need to set work plan first. Sorry, create set work plan, pick a plan. Okay, pick this center reference plan and go to the front or back. Let's go to front. So I'm going to just draw a reference line, and then we can just directly draw from this end up with an angle, right? So, and if we want to, you can add a dimension here, so you can control this. And also don't forget to lock this. So I'm going to select this reference plan, and this reference line, and type HI to isolate. So on the screen we only have these three elements. So now we can AL align and a tab, and pick the end of this reference line and lock, and do it again, AL and a tab and lock. So now if I type HR to show everything, and we can just add a dimension, so control the angle if you want to. Okay, so we can add a dimension from this reference plan and this. But let's have a test. So if I move this one, so this reference line should follow. So for example, if I change this one to 360, apply, and okay, so it looks like yeah, it follows, but it will change the angle. So maybe better to just add a dimension to this, so at least you can control, or you can just either lock it or create a parameter. But I think even you do not create a parameter, so Revit will consider this as like a constraint and trying to keep this angle. So I'm going to just change it to 60 degree. Okay, so now let's do it again, so and see if there's any like difference. Apply. So now you can see Revit, although we didn't create a parameter, or we lock, or like no lock it, Revit still try to keep this angle. So when we change this X, it also keep this angle. So yeah, great. Maybe we can just drag this to here and maybe lock it. So yeah, at least you have something there. Okay, so now with this one you can do a lot of you have different options. You can do extrusion, or you can do sweep. So let me try, and also reference line. If you type WF, you can see it, because the reference line in family, so they are visible, not like a reference plan. They're only visible in plan views, or in any views that perpendicular to those reference plans. So with this one, let me think what's the best way. So if I do a sweep, it will go out. You will see a little bit there. Let me think what's the best way to do this. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Maybe just do a extrusion. Yeah, maybe just do an extrusion. Let's just do this. So I'm going to create extrusion, and maybe let me think. I'm going to use go back to the floor plan. I'm going to set this work on to make sure. I wanted to make sure that the work plan is on this reference plan. Go to front, create extrusion, pick line. I'll just check the lock and pick this reference line, and then we can just pick this reference plan, and then we can. There's no reference plan here. That's fine. We can pick this one, and there's a thickness. I'm going to use offset, typing a number, maybe 10, and then add a dimension to it. And I'll just link this one to one of the dimension here. Maybe I'll just use this one. So and then trim. Okay, So now we have something there. And go to floor plan again. So now once we finish, we will see, oh, this is extrusion from this reference plan, the middle one, to here. So we don't need to worry too much about the thickness or anything. We just need to drag this to this end and lock it. Drag this to this end and then lock. And that's it. That's all. So let's have a look in 3D view. So this is something like this. I'll change to shade SD. And so you will see these overlapping, but that's fine. We can join this and this. And that's it. So become one element. Okay. No, it looks like one element, but they are they're not. Yeah, so basically this is it, and then you can do the same thing on the other end. And also for vertical, so if you I think it can be quite easy to create a vertical one, right? So I'll just leave it to you. So now let's have a test. So if I go create, maybe I'll just load this one into here, so overwrite, and then it becomes something like this, right? And then we can change. So if I drag this, you can see it will change automatically. And also there should be a edit type, because that X is a type parameter. So for example, if I change to a larger number, 900, it will, something like that. Okay, so I think this is it. Yeah, vertical and then diagonal. Okay, so this is I think this is one of the options. So you can adjust, you can edit the structure framing family to create something like this. And also you can also create a I think you can create a line-based family, but basically it's very similar. So for example, I'll just let me just edit this family. So remember, you can always edit this profile, and then you can use this profile for your family as well. So for example, I'll right click on this one, so edit. So this is just a normal profile family. So if I VV and turn on all these reference plans, you can see this is the profile with all the reference plan. And you can, so for example, this for this family, we can also create a just generic model, maybe line based, because we can use it to control the length of this frame, and then you can load this one into that family, okay, into that line based family, and then you can do the same. So basically the same. You can, if it's just a sweep without those, just a change of size, you can just create a sweep, and you can pick this reference line, and pick and use that profile we just have and create something like this. And then the next is very similar. You just go to add elevation or floor plan and add a reference plan, and then change. You can also use do the swept blend to create those shape. So yeah, so that's another very similar one, similar method, line-based family. And also I'll quickly show you. You can also do adaptive family as well, but this can be slightly different because adaptive families are mass environment, so you cannot load this one into that mass. Let's try. So you can see can't load detail family into families created from the pattern base. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a mass environment, so you can't use that profile. So you have to do it yourself, like create the profile here, or you can create a profile in a adaptive family and then load it into here. So I'll just quickly show you how you can do that, do this one in a mass environment. So you first create 2 points, make them adaptive, create a line, make a reference line, and then you select create a point, draw on face, place it onto this reference line. So now here you can control the length from, so you can see this arrow. It means it measure from this point. Okay, so you can change this to segment length, so it tells you the length between this point and this point. So now here, if I type in 1 meter, it will go here, and then you can create a parameter to control this, right? So for example, I just call it X, and OK, and OK, and then we can just place another one, place here, select this point, switch, change this to segment length, and link that to X, and OK. So now when you change X, it will automatically change both. Okay, so length of on both ends. Okay, and then we need to, so I'll just quickly create a family. That will be adaptive. Okay, in this one, place a point, make it adaptive, and let me think. Yeah, we can just, I think we can, I'm not sure which work plan we should use, but I'll just quickly, I'll do a shape, not that exactly like that. I'll just do a rectangular shape, draw on work plan, set work plan. Maybe I'll just pick one, okay, pick this vertical one, and maybe something like this. And then just imagine there's a profile, there's dimensions and parameters. We can change the size, pretend. Okay, so now if we load this one into that family 2, hang on, before we need we need to make them reference line. So it should be we need to uncheck the reference line option. So need to be model line, not reference line. Sorry. Load this back into family 2, and then use draw on face, and this should hang on, it doesn't wrong, looks like I use the wrong work plan, so that's fine. So let's do it again. I'll delete this model, draw shape, draw on work plan, set work plan. Maybe let's pick the horizontal one. Okay, so and then this, load this back, overwrite, and create component. Yeah, that's better. Actually, we don't need this point, because once we place this profile, use place on face on this reference line, and we can, if we move the cursor here, you can select this point, and this point will do exactly the same as this point. So we can just directly use a segment length, link this to X. So this will bring this profile to here. Let me delete that point. So we delete this point as well, and do it again. So create component and place on here, select this point, flip, and link this to, hang on, change this, select the point, change this to segment length, link, hang on, change this one to, did I flip? Yeah, sorry, I did. Change this one to X, and okay, so we'll go to the other side. So now these are 2 profiles, and then we can just place another one, so this time just drag this to this end, and then somehow if we have, add the parameters, we can change the parameter, we can change the size to this profile, and also we can somehow add parameters to control the height of this profile. So when we change the size, so it will keep the top in the same level. So yeah, basically this is it. So I'll create another one there, and just drag this to this end. So now once you have these, you can select them, you can create a form. So just, and that's it. So just imagine that's a smaller one, so move up a little bit. So, and I think we can join them. I'm not sure, but I'll just check that later. So if we create form, and I'll see if I should be able to join them. So we still see these lines because they are the family. So we just need to select them. Oops. Select 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just uncheck this visible. So once we load this one, or you can just check here. So preview visibility on. So you can see this is what it looks like if we load this one into a project or other mass environment. Okay, so great. So now let's load this one into a project. So this is an adaptive family. So basically you can just place it just like line based, and that's it. So you can just, let me just draw two walls and then create similar, so you can place it from any, you know, surface to another surface. Okay, looks like okay, the orientation is not right. Okay, so maybe when this happens, we just need to change the orient to of these two adaptive points to, I think, to global maybe. Try. All right. Yes. Okay, so yep, that's it. And there must be other method to do this, but yeah, I think basically these are these are methods I can't think of, but yeah, if you have better options, please let me know. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And okay, so this one, okay, so structure framing. So to see, what's that called? I can't remember. So what's that called? There's yeah, it's in the Autodesk content there you can find this two circular framing, and these are the connections. So you can create them, use here, so connection. So you just need to load all the connections. Yeah, sorry, my Revit. Okay, yeah, so it's basically there. So it's trying to find, so you should be able to find a similar one. So just, yeah, you can just load all of these into your project, and then you can, once you place a member, this member, and place another one, select both of them, you should be able to create something, and then just pick from the list here. Okay, so I'll leave it to you. So that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you next time. Thank you.